Dear viewers, welcome to 90 Day Fiancé's latest news. Watch the full video and give your valuable comments. Thank you. Natalie Mordatseva, star of 90 Day Fiancé, is too in love with herself to ever love another person. A major clue is her 3 failed marriages. Even if Natalie Mordatseva goes on to date other men after Josh Weinstein, the star of 90 Day Fiancé is not going to find real love. Natalie originally appeared alongside Mike Youngquist in Season 7 of 90 Day Fiancé. Natalie held degrees in psychology and media and worked as a model and actress in Ukraine. Mike believed Natalie was too good for him. But before traveling to the United States, Mike made a lot of demands of Natalie. Mike was to become Natalie's 3rd spouse. She had aspirations of moving to a posh American neighborhood where she could pursue her acting dreams and possibly even make it big in Hollywood. Natalie made the decision to part ways with Mike after realizing he would not feed her fantasies and that he preferred her to work a regular 9-to-5 job. After Natalie smacked Johnny, a model, she moved on to date Josh, an emotionally unavailable man who was ideal for Natalie for other reasons. The Kyiv native is presently a cast member of 90 Day, the single life, where her relationship with Josh is in doubt. As Natalie adjusts to her new life in Los Angeles and attempts to conceive a child with Mike, she decides to take advantage of Josh. Before Mike, Natalie was married twice. Natalie never brought up her previous marriage on 90 Day Fiancé. Her second husband was the one she frequently mentioned during her segments. Viewers were unaware that Natalie had only one prior marriage to Mike, but Natalie married for the first time when she was just 20 years old. Zenon Purides was the man Natalie was married to. Zenon was a businessman from Cyprus. After being married to him, Natalie relocated to Cyprus. It seems that Zenon and Natalie's union lasted for just 2 years. Natalie returned to Ukraine after a swift divorce. Natalie may have married Zenon purely for financial gain because she divorced him after he declared bankruptcy. Following her return to Ukraine, Natalie met her second ex-husband. Natalie pursued a businessman once more on this occasion. Previously serving in the army, Natalie's second ex-husband was a big businessman. Mr. Podyakov is his name, and that's about all that is known about him. For 8 years, Natalie and Mr. Podyakov stayed wed. She was going through a divorce with Mr. Podyakov when she met Mike. In Season 8, Natalie disclosed the cause of her marriage breakdown. Natalie said that time was running out and that her second ex-partner was not prepared to give birth to her children. In Season 8, Natalie persisted in asking Mike to have a child with her. Mike wasn't ready to take on the financial responsibility of raising a child just yet, because he was in debt from the purchase of his Christmas tree farm in Sikkim. It does reveal that the only reason Natalie and Mr. Podyakov chose to break up was because he wasn't ready to start a family. Maybe she wanted to fulfill her wish to have a child, which is why she started dating Mike right away. When Natalie found it difficult to declare her love for Mike in an interview for 90 Day Fiancé, she was being truthful. She had admitted that declaring her love for him would be a lie. Trish Youngquist, Mike's mother, was quick to see Natalie for who she really was and even made an attempt to talk Mike out of marrying her. Mike had been alerted by Trish to Natalie's deceptive nature. She concluded that, ever since their nuptials, Natalie had deliberately started arguments with Mike in an attempt to distance herself from him. Natalie was observing Trish engage in most evil stuff. Trish's suspicions that Natalie's main goal was to get across to America were validated when she showed hostility towards Mike. Whether it was Mike or another man, Natalie would have finally broken up with him as soon as she realized she would be getting a green card. In April 2020, Natalie and Mike tied the knot. In December 2020, Natalie left Mike's home. For 6 months, Natalie and Mike were hardly married. But Natalie made sure that by choosing not to divorce Mike, she would cause him pain. Natalie was supporting her opulent Florida lifestyle with Mike's cards. She thought Josh would take care of her bills when they first met. It is unclear how Natalie would respond to Mike's decision to divorce her now that she has finally chosen to give up on her dream of having the best of both worlds. Josh was correct to decline to accept her as his girlfriend. Throughout the entire time they have been speaking, she has been married. When Natalie initially met Josh, she wasn't thrilled about dating him. The fact that he had 2 children from 2 different relationships turned her off. But Natalie from 90 Day Fiancé understood that Josh was a modeling agency CEO and might help her land a job in show business. She moved to California from Florida, even though Josh had not formally acknowledged her as his girlfriend. In addition, Natalie anticipated that Josh would find her a place to live and a work until he could obtain her acting and modeling jobs. Natalie is trying her hardest to control Josh, since she knows he's a kind man and a successful man. Natalie didn't want Mike to divorce her even after she moved out of his home and began dating other people in Florida, such as Josh and Johnny. Even when her relationship with Josh took a serious turn, Natalie stayed married to Mike. Natalie informed Mike she loved him and boldly pleaded for another chance. She had no intention of divorcing one man in order to date another. Natalie desired to retain Mike as a fallback option. Natalie felt safe in her marriage to Mike. As long as she needed him, she could always use her power to get him to take her back. After her breakup with Mike, Natalie realized she needed to stay relevant in order to gain more screen time on 90 Day Fiancé. Since dating Josh would have allowed Natalie to carry on with her story, she may have chosen to do so. Rumor has it that Josh is pretending to be in love with Natalie, but in reality he is already in a relationship. That doesn't really worry Natalie because she's getting what she wants: more time on TV, social media, brand connections, and maybe even a project or 2 thanks to Josh. Natalie refers to herself as a legendary woman and says she will always love herself more than a man. This gossip is over. If you like the video, then give your opinion in the comment box and stay with us by subscribing the channel